All right, my fellow Virgo friends, how are you today? Michael Eschenburg here, Honest Day, bringing you some honest astrology for the month of March 2020. All right, we got a serious month ahead of us. There is a lot of movement. All right, literally so much. I've got a page full of stuff going on right here. Literally, like just almost every single day back to back. there's this conjunct this trine this movement here. Saturn is finally leaving the sign of Capricorn, finally leaving your fifth house, entering your sixth house. It's been home for 2.5 years. It's going to teeter-totter and go back. We've got the Mercury retrograde ending. We've got Mars leaving the sign of Capricorn at the very end of the month, which means it's going to conjunct Jupiter, going to conjunct Pluto, going to conjunct Saturn all this month. All right, we've got Venus moving from Aries into Taurus, our fellow Earth sign. We have the Sun moving into Aries in the sign of Spring. We have a full moon in ours. I'm a Virgo rising too, so I'm saying our sign. All right, so let's get into it. There's so much good stuff going on. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. All the good things that are coming up this month, Virgo. So on the 3rd. We're going to start off with a square. Venus is going to square Saturn, okay? So Venus is over here in our 8th house, shared resources, who we're partnering up with, what's going on business-wise, square to Saturn, okay? And this is our flair, right? Saturn is saying, like, look here, I've been working, I've been molding you for the past 2.5 years, making sure that you got this right, that you're bringing your A game forward, that you're bringing your pizzazz and your you're bringing your proper self to the table, right? Like knowing who you are, learning how to play, learning how to have fun, So it's just like, okay, so something that's been going on over here is now creating tension over here. So like there's an authority, Venus and Aries, these are two cardinal signs. Venus has to answer to the authority of Saturn, so something we want, love over here on one end, has to answer to Saturn in the sign of ego, so this shared resources and ego, I mean, the 5th house isn't just about ego, this is about love and love children and anyway. So either way, there's something going on there. There's a little bit of a tension, okay? Now on the 4th, we have Venus moving out of Aries into Taurus, okay? And for the next couple of days, it's going to start to conjunct Uranus. That's going to happen exact on the 8th. Okay, but as soon as it enters in, I mean, that's, within 3 degrees, that's a conjunction. Okay, so right off the gate, Venus in the 9th house, Venus moving into the 9th house, loves, wants, desires, knowledge, faith, learning, education, religion, philosophy, all of these things. Venus is saying, bring it on, baby. And there can be some knowledge here that you're seeking out that just blows your freaking mind, okay, when we're dealing with this conjunction of Venus and Uranus, which happens, once every year and a half, whatever. Okay. So that's really powerful for that to be there, in the 9th house. Then we're going to have on the 9th, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead. Mercury enters Aquarius on the 4th as well. So Mercury here in the 7th house moves back to the 6th house. Okay, so there's something going on here with with work, how we're giving back to society, how we're giving back. Look at where we were at the end of January, the beginning of February. What was going on? What was being talked about? Then we hit this Mercury retrograde here. So like whatever work stuff it's cycling back around. It needs to be communicated. It needs to be re-brought up. It needs to be rethought of, and we have all the way from the 4th. Okay, when Venus enters Aquarius, it's going to move back. It's going to stop. It's going to station direct on the 9th, and then it's going to move forward. The retrograde cycle ends on the 10th. And then it won't be till the 16th that Mercury enters this 0 degree space of Pisces again, back to the 7th house. Okay, so depending on where you are in a Virgo. So this is teeter-tottering from your 6th to your 7th house. So for those, 12 days, nearly 2 weeks, Venus is going to be occupying 2 degrees, the 28th and 29th degree of Aquarius. Okay. So for nearly those 2 weeks, pay attention to what's going on with work, what work you're being called and asked to do before Venus enters Pisces, again, your 7th house. Okay. On the 8th, we've got the Sun is going to conjunct Neptune here in the 7th house. My Virgo friends, I'm very excited about this. Okay, because this is our 7th house. This deals with partnerships. This deals with love. This deals with romance. This deals with commitment. This deals with spiritual connection. This deals with a dream relationship, when we're the dreamers, this Pisces energy, on our side it's Virgo, very practical, very thought out. And then on the Pisces side, it's just like, this like sweet romance, the other, this earth angel kind of a thing going on. So we have the Sun conjunct Sun, self, okay, conjunct our dreams, our imagination, and the house of partnership. Okay, so these two coming into an alignment is a very, very exciting energy, and it's a very good time for relationships. If you're in a relationship, it's going to expand beyond what it already was. If you're not in a relationship, this is a great time to this is a great time for relationships in general. If you're going to seek one out, or if one's coming your way, or if whatever. Great opportunity for relationships, and to just truly let that side of yourself like sing, that part of you that's seeking the other. Okay, Sun seeking the other, Sun seeking the relationship, the dream coming into manifestation, the light coming onto it. So that's a beautiful time. All right. Then we've got on the 11th, the Sun is going to sextile Jupiter. Okay. Sun sextile Jupiter. So again, Sun is going to be in our place of partnerships. Jupiter is down there in our place of creative self-expression, So it's just like by our little flair and pizzazz, by expressing ourselves fully who we are, we're attracting that mate and saying like, dude, I like you. Girl, I like you. Guy, I like you. Whatever it may be. Person, I like you. I like the cut of your jib. I like you got a good chin on you. Whatever it is, it's just like by you being like the fun person you are, charismatic Virgo that you are, not the analytical Virgos that we can be. By being all of this energy reminding us to be playful, to have fun, and tapping into that is going to really catch the eye of our other. Okay, this is a great time to be jovial, to be happy. And that will certainly play through into our relationships as they're going to blossom and expand, okay? So then on the, let me see, where am I at here? The 11th, Sun sextile Jupiter. On the 14th, Sun sextiles Pluto, okay? So this was once expansion is now going into transformation. Like, okay, yeah, I can see this commitment coming on. I can see this commitment going from single to coupled. I can see a commitment coming on, or some sort of a change happening here. The beautiful transformation of our own relationships, of our own, ego, oneself, and two egos come together and blossom and grow. And I mean, spring is here, right? Because then on the 20th, Sun's going to enter Aries. Okay, so this is a beautiful time. It's like, love is in the air, this blossoming, all this stuff is going on. Very, very exciting. We have a full moon. I skipped that, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Full moon is happening on the 9th in our sign. I did cover that. Then we have the Sun sextile Saturn. That's going to happen on the 19th, just before it moves into Aries. Okay, so the Sun sextile Saturn, again, Sun at the very last degree of Pisces, Saturn at the last degree of Capricorn. Again, this is about commitment. Okay, so this is committing to relationships, committing to something going on here, something with partnerships. So this is really exciting energy. I'm looking forward to it, whatever it is coming our way. Whatever's coming your way, I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, let me go back to the chart here. Then on the 22nd, Saturn okay, right down here, is going to leave its home sign of Capricorn and enter its second home sign of Aquarius. Back in the old astrology, Saturn ruled a Capricorn and Aquarius. This is before 1930s. It was 18. I don't know. I'm losing it right now. The discovery of Uranus. Okay, the discovery of Uranus. That's when Uranus kind of took over the sign of Aquarius, the revolutionary breakthrough planet. Either way, Saturn is still looked at as its second home here, a place it's very excited to be. And as Saturn is entering our 6th house, okay, so this is committing to doing the work, okay, committing to doing the work for the next 2.5 years, whatever it is, we're committing to doing this work. Now this is going to teeter-totter a little bit. It's going to go in here, then it's going to retrograde, and it's going to come back in July. And then it's going to go forward again. Okay, so this is like a little bit of him and hawing over Capricorn to Aquarius. But it's finally going to enter the sign of Aquarius and be there for the next 2.5 years, which again is your 6th house, about committing to doing the work. Okay, very exciting. Then on the 22nd and 23rd, Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. Okay. First, Mars conjuncts Jupiter. Okay. Now, Jupiter goes around every 12 years. Okay. It spends 1 year in each sign. Now, Jupiter is restricted in Capricorn. Okay. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, about expansiveness. Okay. More. Until what? Until you hit the wall. Capricorn is the wall. Saturn is the wall. Uranus is the unstoppable force that breaks the wall. Okay. In Neptune, Pisces, there's no wall. It's just like particles, waves, Einstein particle wave theory. And this right here is the technology, Uranus, okay, Aquarius, technology that breaks through, that realizes all of matter is waves and particles at the same time. So Jupiter, constricted by the wall of Capricorn, but still practical, meaning expansive in our 3rd dimension, expansive in our reality. Mars connecting to Jupiter, okay? So the Mars conjunct Jupiter happens on the 20th, the same day that the Sun moves into Aries. And that's saying more. More of what? This is more self-expression, more being ourselves, more tapping into the beautiful individuals that we are, more playfulness, more excitement, okay? Then on the 22nd, 23rd, Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. Okay, so the 20th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and I mean, even Pluto and Jupiter are still within conjunction right now at only 4 degrees apart. All right, so all 3 of these are playing off of one another, saying expand, transform, accelerate, expand, transform, accelerate, expand. You know what I mean? Like, they're all playing into each other. Okay, so Pluto will only get this here in our chart this time in our lives. It takes 18 years to move through here. It takes Mars 2 years to go around. Okay, it takes Jupiter 12 years to go around. So the fact that we have all 3 of these together in this sign, and we have Saturn here as well, and we have the South Node here. Wow, man, there's just so much. Again, like tapping into that sense of like, can I be playful? Can I bring my playful energy into my workplace and still be taken seriously? Yup. You can, can I combine these things? Can I, yes, you're allowed to. There's not a rule on that. Limit how much fun you're allowed to have. This is like, the ego wants to play, and it's safe and it's healthy to be, to recognize ego. Even if you have an ego death or a spiritual awakening, you still have an ego, right? So this is reminding that ego to play and to have some fun. And to grow. All right, so then on the 22nd, that's when Saturn enters Aquarius, right? On the 24th, there's a new moon in Aries. So the new moon in Aries is going to happen where? It's going to happen here in the 8th house. All right, so there's some partnerships that we've been dealing with, whether it's romantic or business or other, okay, that when it comes to our commitments here, the new moon in Aries also going to conjunct Chiron, also going to square the nodes, okay? between my ego playfulness, the community at large, how am I balancing, me having fun, balancing the community, and healing some part of myself here, healing some part of this idea of my shared resource. Not idea of shared resources, but like the truth fact, like we have to combine forces, to get where we're going. We have to, the person who makes the wood needs the person that makes the nails, needs the person that makes the hammer. All these people rely on one another to make, this solid desk that my computer monitors and microphone and camera are sitting on right now, and just as much as the person creates the camera needs the person to use the camera, the person that creates the microphone, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, Sun coming up here, conjunct Chiron, it's just like understanding that, yes, we're an individual, yes, we can do a lot as an individual, but yet we're still a piece of a larger puzzle, and recognizing ourselves in that puzzle, and that we have to connect with the right other pieces. Maybe in the past we've connected with the wrong pieces and it hasn't worked out. And that's been hard for us to trust and to open up and saying, yeah, I'm going to commit and work with you. I'm going to commit and do business with you. I'm going to create a bank account with you, It's literally is something that is going on in my life right now. I'm not even trying to project this, but like I literally I'm connecting with another individual, a business partnership, and we have to get a shared bank account. It's just like, it's just a big reflection, right? And it's just, okay, here we go. So the new moon on the 24th, that happens at 5 a.m. Then on the 27th and 28th, plot thickens. Check this out. All right, so Venus in the 9th house. Okay, Venus is loving being home, loving being in the 9th house, because this is about new information, new insight, higher knowledge, higher learning, committing to all of these things, because it's in the sign of Taurus. This is practical information. This is about material possessions as well. If Venus is going to, on the 27th, is going to trine Jupiter. Then on the 28th, going to trine Pluto. Okay, now Mars will also be up there as well. So having all of these together, and Venus saying higher knowledge, higher learning, higher information, this is what I love, this is what I want, this is what I desire, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm going to take this knowledge and bring it into myself and being expansive in this knowledge. I'm going to embody the knowledge that I've learned up here on one end and bring it down here to transform my life on the other end, okay? This is awesome, you guys. This is like becoming the philosopher. This is learning philosophy. This is learning astrology and becoming the astrologer. This is learning philosophy and becoming the philosopher. This is learning the language of love and becoming the lover. This is learning a business and becoming the business person. Okay, so this is a beautiful, beautiful time for the month ahead of like us seriously absorbing as much knowledge as we possibly can. And of course, Venus is going to create a trine to your rising or your sun or whatever is in the sign of Taurus for you, right? Or it's in the sign of Virgo, excuse me. So I'm a 2 degree Virgo. So very, very at the beginning, so it's like, okay, I get hit right off the top with this Venus conjunct Chiron is going to hit my chart. But either way, as this continues on, Venus is saying absorb more knowledge and love learning, love this learning. How much time do we spend watching movies or TV shows instead of reading a book? I love YouTube because I learn a lot of stuff off of other YouTubers. There's a lot of people that share a lot of cool stuff, and also sitting there and just ripping through a book, absorbing as much knowledge as I can, and then bringing that here sometimes in my astrology videos, bringing that, just embodying it in my life as an individual on a spiritual path, right? So it's very exciting times ahead to bring that stuff into us. Now on the 30th, Mercury finally leaves its retrograde shadow side. So it finally enters the 13th degree of Pisces, which is awesome. Okay, so it's finally through the shadow. New territory, new insight, new information coming into ourselves, new trusting the unknown. Then on the 30th as well, Mars is going to leave Capricorn. Mars is leaving our 5th house and entering the 6th house. Then on the 31st, Mars conjuncts Saturn. Okay, so this is saying taking this work and making it real. All right, so whatever work that we have to do, that we're being called to do, Venus is up there learning more and more and more information. Saturn's saying commit to this, bring it into the work that you're offering. Be a future thinker. Be a futuristic individual in the way that you do this work, and apply your skills to what you're doing, to give back to the community, to give back to people at large, you know? So this is like doing the good work. You know, I mean that. This is doing the good work. So like whatever work that you're going to be doing over the next 2.5 years, whatever work you've started to do, keep doing it. You know, stay committed to this, and you're going to bring people together. You're going to bring community by this work. You're going to bring individuals into a sacred and safe and beautiful space with the work that you're doing. Okay, this is destiny. This is fate. Okay, so that is the month of March ahead, my Virgo friends. Thank you as always for hanging out. If you haven't subscribed, please check it out, as we've got a lot of information coming through every single day. Appreciate you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.